Greetings, mortals. 'Tis I, your Hello Queen. Welcome to my court. If you're new here, you're always welcome. And I have a kitting up to do. I just became aware of a collab that's going on that I want to join into. Stick around and I will tell you all about it. Okay, so I became aware through some videos on a variety of people's about a Thankfulness November collab. And I will put the appropriate links down below. You can also check out my blog to find it on my calendar where I have links to it and all the information. But the idea is in the run-up to American Thanksgiving, which is not the same as my Thanksgiving, which is already passed, people want to remind themselves what they're thankful for. And even though I don't celebrate American Thanksgiving, reminding myself that I have things to be thankful for is a good idea. And the painting I've chosen, you can just pick any painting that reminds you of something that you're thankful for, but the painting I've chosen is Mama Knows Best from Diamond Art Club, which is a representation, Mandy Manzano's artist rendering of Daenerys Targaryen with her 3 dragon babies. Now, I joke a lot that I have 3 kids. My children, my 2 little children, and my husband. So the 3 dragon babies works for men. It sort of reminds me of my family. And it especially reminds me of my family because dragons are very significant to my family. My husband and I met playing Dungeons and Dragons. We still play Dungeons and Dragons to this day. A lot of our closest friends are in our group. And how thankful I am for a series like A Song of Ice and Fire. Now, I was among those who was not happy with the way that the TV show ended, but the TV show was not the books, and it was the books that really sucked me in. So the books still have a chance to mulligan all of the silliness that happened in the TV show. But either way, Daenerys with her dragons reminds me of a mother with her children and reminds me of family. And if I have anything that I can be thankful for, it is my family. So let's get this all kitted up. So I am using this system because I'm running out of systems with all the paintings I have on the go. This, I know people have been getting it from Saner Direct or Homecraftology on Amazon. I got it on AliExpress, and if I can find it, I will link it down below. It is a container with 60 bottles. There's a few missing because I needed them for kitting up another project, which is my Christmas project, which I kitted up early and then lost the footage of me doing it. It's been a whole thing. So here I am. I'm going to do this. So the first thing I do is I get out my kit up and kit down pouch. And then here are my scissors. Now this is a Diamond Art Club, so the inventory sheet is a sticker. Apparently it wasn't always this way, but since I've been buying Diamond Art Clubs, they've all been this way. So, which I think I bought my first one in June. Like, it amazes me how many of these I've done with how little time I've been doing this. Now this is 39 colors. This is the one that has 3 ABs that freak me out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut all of these labels apart, and I'm going to stick them on my bottles. And because that's not terribly entertaining to watch, I'm going to do it off screen. All I'm doing is literally just cutting these out and sticking them on the tops of the bottles. So I will be back with you, and we'll talk while I fill the bottles. Okay, so we're back. Alright, so normally when I'm doing this, especially for Diamond Art Clubs, I put this in canvas order, which is, for Diamond Art Clubs, is usually DMC order. However, I think they had a whoopsie with this one, because apparently this didn't happen on the original ones, but they accidentally left off one of the ABs and then stuck it at the bottom. So my canvas order now goes 139.2 in order to get them into DMC number, since the ABs end up in the under 150, since for DMC that's normally a colorway. So I completely lost anyone who doesn't cross stitch. DMC is a brand of embroidery floss used for cross stitch and other embroidery type activities. And when this craft branched off from DMC, we took those numbers with it. But the 150, under 150 is all the colorways, the ones that blend one color into another. So they didn't translate to diamonds. So for most companies, under 150 doesn't really exist. So since Diamond Art Club has Aurora Borealis diamonds, what they've done is given them a DMC number of under 150, so that they kind of all stay in the same mix. Other companies don't do that. They do it in a variety of different ways, and my light's apparently going nuts. But that is what that is. So there's the sticker there. Now, Diamond Art Club also sends all of their stuff in big trains, and I decided I was going to fully inventory this, and I took everything apart and realized that after I took it apart, I didn't actually need to do that to inventory it, because my idea was I was going to cut it apart and then put it all in DMC order and then make sure I had everything. I'm like, I actually didn't have to do that. So I haven't done that on past paintings, on paintings I've gotten since then, but I have with this one. So I'm just going to pull them out as I find them. This is 136. This is one of those ABs. Let's see if I can get it so you can see. Yeah, so you can see this one, it doesn't just shine at you, it shines multicolored. There we go, that's a better shot. They kind of have a rainbowy sheen to it. That's the Aurora Borealis coating. So they don't just shine as if they're shiny versions of that color. They shine with a rainbow sheen. That's Aurora Borealis. Or AB diamonds. So when I'm kitting up, I just leave it in DMC order because that's easier. I can just find them. This is 742, which is a nice orange. So now I can look right there, 742. And when I cut them along where the plastic is folded, not where it's seamed. I find this sort of makes a nice little spout to pour them into my bags with. To pour them into my containers. But yeah, this one that I got from AliExpress actually came with an extra bottle. It's supposed to hold 60, and there was 61. There was another one jammed in somewhere. So that was a nice little bonus. As I said, I've borrowed some of the bottles from this one to go to another project. But this has 39 colors, so I should be okay. Some of the colors will take more than one bottle. I've got 2 bags of 3371, so I'm sticking one bag in here. I will probably end up removing these bottles and putting them in my container of containers and just leaving this section in the tackle box for extra bags. 3371 is right there. This might be too much to fit in one bottle. I may have to go to a second bottle. This will be my first Diamond Art Club square. Oh, we're just getting them all in. Oh, one rogue one. Of course she would go on the table. There we go. So that did fit in. Some of these bigger bags, if they get really full, don't. And then you have to split them between bottles. That's why I've still got these extra ones here. Why am I out of focus? There we go. That's better. Okay, 435, 435. Yeah, I was not happy with the way the Game of Thrones ended, and I am far from the only one. The showrunners just got into the idea of shock for shock's sake rather than actually giving the characters a satisfying character arc. They got too obsessed with the idea of trying to game the system and keep us all on our toes that they forgot to give us what we wanted. And they also neglected to realize that when they changed mediums and made changes to the characterizations, that would make it difficult for them to follow the established pattern with the characters as they existed in the show. So Daenerys' end wasn't completely untelegraphed, and I'm going to be somewhat vague because some people probably may not have seen it by earlier stuff, but the character that she had become in the TV show and her actions at the end of the season, the end of the last season, didn't match up with the character she had become. The character that we met at the beginning of the show could have turned into that character. But by the end, we knew her well enough to know that was like completely out of character what she did. And the same with Tyrion. Tyrion was another fan favorite, and they did him dirty. They did a lot of not cool things. For those of you who've been watching my videos, you'd be glad to know that my throat is better. 312. This one looks pretty full. Now, I'm used to kitting up Diamond Art Club rounds. Have I kitted up a square? Yes, I've kitted up a square. The Festive Fireplace is a square. Kitted up, I haven't done anything with it yet, though. Now, that one had 65 colors, so I had ordered a particular storage system specifically for it, so I just went ahead and set it up. And this one is not all going to go in. Nicely into one. Okay, so I go back into my kitting up bag and grab out labels and a fine Sharpie marker, and I make just a DMC number label. Try not to smudge it because it will smudge. It doesn't dry immediately. So I will have that here, and when I start running out, I will come to here, and when I start running out, I will start looking for more, and they will either be in here or in here. Okay, 814. Lovely garnet. So one bag will go in there, and this is another one that's really full. There's 814, 7, 814. This is going to be another one that's going to require more than one bottle. So I think this will be 7 projects I have kitted up. Something like that. That might have squeezed in there, but I decided I wasn't going to chance it. Let's see, I have Caitlin's pencil box is kitted up. Emily's Witch on the Moon is kitted up. Then I have The Present for My Husband kitted up. I have the Hogwarts painting I was working on kitted up. I have the Whimsical Willow painting that I'm working on, which is My Garden Needs Tending from DAC. I have that kitted out. I have Festive Fireplace kitted up in the 60 bottle kit, which actually needed to be expanded out. I have an entire square box full of the extras, and then the 84 bottle kit with the actual drills that I'm using. That thing is monstrous. 445. 445. So 3 Diamond Art Clubs, 1 from Wish, 1 from Easy Whim, 1 from the Pink Raspberry, 1 from Everyday E-Deals. I'll hit it up at once. I'm like, why would I need so many storage systems? I see all these other ladies have, and yeah, well, that would be why. 814, 45. $5.97. I was always mystified when I watched other people's videos, especially videos of people showing off all their storage systems. I'm like, why would you need that many? And well, now I know. When you're trying to participate in all the community events, and there's a lot of them. And again, trust me, I know. I have been having so much fun being everybody's secretary, keeping track of all the events. Oh, I have a Google Calendar linked in my blog, which is linked down below, and it is full of the events for the diamond painting community. And that is a job and a half, let me tell you. Trying to keep track of everything. I'm probably going to have to start laying ground rules as to what qualifies as a collab that needs to go in there. Because there's already been people going, but is that actually a collab? Is that really an event, or is that just 2 people working together? Not naming names, but I think I'm going to have a bit of a discussion with the community at large. Speaking of the calendar, Crash just messaged me about it. Okay, so that's 803. She's asking about putting the DP-a-thon on the calendar, which it is on there. I don't have individual sessions on there. I'm not sure if I want to get that granular with it. I may. Like, the DP-a-thon is multiple people having back-to-back lives. So you'll go from one live to the next live to the next live until you get heartily sick of it and don't want to do it anymore. I do not know when each creator is going live. I do not have each of the segments in there, but I do have those 2 days marked out as being part of the DP-a-thon. I'm going to tell Crashly that. 1 second. Well, okay. Crashly found it. She was just trying to make sure that the DPA-thon was on there, which she couldn't find, but she found it. There's a lot of events on there. 300. Really? 300 isn't in this painting. $300 is in this painting. Oh, it's right there. Blind as a bat. This is just a small one, so it should fit in there fine. Okay. Alrighty. $4.98. Another lovely red. Stick one in there. $4.98 should be, it's $4.98 right there. Let's clean this up a little bit. You don't need to see the switch. Yes, the kids are grounded from the switch because they took it to school. The rule is electronics don't go to school. There's a lot of reasons why the electronics don't go to school. One of which is I can't afford to replace it if some other kid decides to wander off with it. And I mean, it's a good school. These are good kids, but there are assholes in every crowd. Kids are assholes. And it's a fairly affluent neighborhood, so we're probably the poor folks, really. 782 there. Seeing as my husband works on a golf course and I work at Walmart, we are likely the poor folks in the school. But we get by. Clearly, I have money to spend on hobbies. Mind you, that could also be because I don't spend money on a lot of things that other people consider very, very important, like hair and nails and makeup and stuff. I don't. I'm not saying that's a waste of money. It's just not my priority. $4.36. I would at least do my own nail polish if I didn't have to work in a bakery where I wasn't allowed to wear nail polish. I mean, I could polish them on my days off, but I just can't be bothered. But the makeup stuff, I'm not into. I cut my own hair. Yes, I cut my own hair. I am aware that many people find that horrifying. I cut the kids' hair and I cut my husband's hair too. I am not an esthetician. I have no training in such, but I can do trims. My husband just wants a 3/8 of an inch buzz all over, so I have clippers and we do that. It takes no time at all. And the kids, I just trim their hair. There have been times where they've wanted more than just a simple trim. Then we have gone to somebody who knows what the heck they're doing, which is not me. I can trim it. Don't ask me to do fancy stuff. I did have a hair appointment not that long ago. I actually was in the middle of filming a video and had to come back from it, where I had a professional cut my hair. And while it was nice that they cut and colored and all that fun stuff, having somebody else do that, well, I just basically sat back and did nothing. I saw what that bill was. And while I'm sure they're worth every penny, that's not where I would like to spend my money. It was the gift from my mother. And that's the only reason why I spent that kind of money. Was my mother insisted. Because I don't treat myself to stuff like that. I treat myself to diamond paintings. We all have our own priorities. And how I look has just never been one of mine. I am who I am. Okay, that one is going there. Come on. 321. So that there. That's an extra bag of 321. $7.39. $7.39. So that's kind of been my thing. I prefer to spend my money on craft supplies than makeup. Other people pick different priorities. Nothing wrong with either. We all have to do what makes us happy. 740. If it made me happy to paint my face up and get my nails done all the time, that's probably what I would do. But it doesn't. It makes me frustrated. And I don't need that in my life. Here's the other AB. That's the 141. Let me get it in the bag. No escaping. Let's see. Can you see that? Yep. Focus. Focus. Maybe. Bueller. Well, there's only so much we can do with an old webcam. 415. 415. Not very much of that gray. It's all very luscious colors, which I love. I love deeper jewel tones. There's another gray, 318. It's in the middle. Okay. 9 947. Look at that orange. Look at that. 9478947. It's in the middle. Again, this is a smaller bag, so it should all fit. Yeah, I really like my 60 bottle zip-up case. I really like the bottles from it. That's why I bought this one, because this one was about half to 2/3 the price of getting another 60 bottle zip-up. And I figured this I could actually break out into a couple of different containers. And if this worked out pretty well, I would be in good shape. I like that it's got some dividers, so it does have some structure to it. But these dividers are removable if you don't want that. I don't think the long ones are. Oh, yeah, they are. 437. Plus, I figured having an extra box of these would be good because, I mean, things break. 437 is here. Things break over time. I already have a couple of bottles on my 60 that have some cracks in them. So in case they ever do break, it's nice to have a container to pull extras from. And if I do have a lot of containers I need to pull, I do have my my willowing painting, which is my garden needs tending, in my 60 bottle, and I have a bunch of empty bottles in that I can pull out if I need to. I don't think I'm going to, though. 3078, so that'll be over here somewhere. There it is. Yeah. 3026. Nope, not gonna risk it. Not gonna risk it. Not worth it. So yeah, as I go along with these larger paintings, I will go through. Usually after I've been drilling for a while, before I put the thing away, I will go through and I will top up from extras. This strain is all 310. We will get there. 783, 783. I actually am one of the diamond painters who enjoys the kitting up process. Not everybody does. Just like not everybody likes makeup or crafting. Not everybody likes kitting up. But I find kitting up and kitting down actually quite relaxing. I love organizing things. So this all works for me. 666 should be here. There it is. But yes, this is a collab between, let's see if I can get everybody right, Mindy's Diamond Moment, the Principal Painter, Kiss My Crafts, and Mystria Diamonds. Mystria. Why did I say Mystria? Mystria. And all about thankfulness. It's going for the month of November. Each of those 4 collaborators are having their own prizes. So effectively, it's a collaboration between those 4 ladies, but they're each running their own draws. So in order to actually participate, you not only have to pick a canvas that represents something that you are thankful for. Perhaps you're thankful for the canvas if somebody gave it to you as a gift. Or it represents something in your life that you're thankful for. But then you would post that on Instagram with the hashtag, which I will put on the screen because I don't remember exactly what it is. It's a little interesting. It's one of those word fusion ones that I'm going to get wrong if I try and just say it. And 3760. And you need to watch the whip and chats for these individual ladies. Every time you comment, if you comment on their whip and chat, that gives you an entry into the draw, into their draw for their prize pack, which they will be revealing on their channels individually. I think one lady's going 1 week, one lady's going the next week. There's 4 weeks in November, so each week will be the reveal of the prize for one of the ladies' draws. So since there's 4 weeks, each lady will have a whip and chat each week. If you go and put a comment on each of their things, I'm assuming they're only going to take 1 comment per. I don't think I actually heard anyone say that, but that's generally my assumption. So you can't just bombard one of them with 50 comments and expect to get 50 entries. That's not how it's going to work. I don't know that for 100% sure, but I'm willing to lay odds. So if you watch all 16 whip and chats and comment on all 16 whip and chats, you'll have 4 entries each into each of the 4 prizes, which will be drawn on a live. I'm not sure if each lady's having a live or they're having a live together to do their drawings. That wasn't terribly clear. But they will be drawn live. 7:38 is here. And that is all of the things. $738, 307. Should be here. I'm not sure if they're going to be double checking against who's been participating with the people who commented on their lives. I'm not sure how that's going to work. I think they're still kind of ironing out details. Lots of beautiful yellow. Okay. But it should be fun. 823, 823, 823. My husband is obsessed with dragons. He even has a dragon on his wedding ring. Although he doesn't wear his wedding ring much because he works with heavy machinery and therefore can't wear it to work. So it generally stays in a jewelry box. But he does have a wedding ring, and it does have a dragon. And my youngest was born in the Chinese Year of the Dragon. Not that that really makes much of a difference, but I think it's cool. So dragons are important to us as a family. That train has more than 310 in it. We will get there. 519. My area code. Actually, it's not, but it was. Then they had to add an extra area code. Most of the landlines for businesses and around here are all 519. Cell phone numbers tend to have a different area code because they're newer numbers. 519. It's in the middle. 130. It's that yellow AB. Numero uno. Not a lot of it, but we'll take what we can get. $9.38. But yeah, all the information and links to each of the ladies' channels is in the description. The link to my blog with my calendars on there, and so if you go and take a look at the event, the links are in there to their individual channels, so you can watch their videos and learn more about the event. $9.38. Looks like chocolate. Doesn't it? That looks like chocolate to me. Chocolate. Okay, now this train. 310, 310, 310, 310, 310, and 939. One bag of 939 on the end of my 310 train. 939, 983, 939. So this is the only bag of 939. Okay. This is pretty full. It's probably going to need another bottle. No, probably about it. Now we're going to put the main lid on the fuller bottle. Put that back in there. And 9, come on, 9, 3, 9. Really? We're going to be that way. Okay. Sharpie doesn't want to work anymore, so let's find another volunteer. 9, 3, 9. This is not pretty. And then 3, 10. Because I see all those bags, and they're definitely not all going to fit in one. I'm not going to empty them all in. I'm going to do what I've done with the other ones. So 9, 3, 9. Three, 10, and 3 10s here. And use 6 bags of 310 for Daenerys. And it needs, because of the stained glass style, there's always lots of black due to all the heavy leading. Okay, so that's going to fill up that portion here. Okay, so 310 goes there, and 310 goes there. I don't actually have use for these 2 bottles, but I'm going to leave them in there just so that they're taking up room, so that nothing falls over too much. But that is this container done. Now, with Diamond Art Club, I don't do a lot to prepare the canvas. I pretty much just, I put tape around it if I feel that I'm sticking to the edges, and then I will divide up the cover into sections. But I usually do that as I go, so. But I do put the rest of the sticker on top of the kits, especially with how many kits I have running right now. It's kind of getting ridiculous. And this Ziploc bag will go back into my unboxing kit to be used for another painting with drills, because that's how I carry the drills for all of my paintings. And I have my container of extra containers that these extra bottles will just slot into. And that way I have extra containers for if the kids want to put together a little project or whatever have you. And that is Mama Knows Best, aka Daenerys Targaryen, all kitted up. So thank you for joining me. A like if you enjoyed the video, share with your friends, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next one. Keep it spooky, guys. Bye.